Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law. Please subscribe to our channel. We got a very interesting question, which is very appropriate topic nowadays. What do we do if the parents won't agree on the COVID vaccine? Here's the scenario. One person's a vaxxer, wants the kid vaccinated. Big believer in that. The other person's an anti-vaxxer, thinks the whole thing is political nonsense, thinks that COVID is no better or worse than any other cold we'd have in any flu season, any winter in the state of Michigan. I mean, and why vaccinate the child? So we have different schools of thought about this. So what do we do if mom insists on vaccinating the child, dad insists that the child remain unvaccinated? What happens? Well, in most situations where the parties share legal custody, which means they have to participate in important decisions regarding the child, medical decisions, religious decisions, schooling decisions, whatever, those two parents are going to have to work that out. If they can't agree on what to do, mom doesn't have a right, dad doesn't have a right to pick up the child and do whatever they think is right. Nobody can take that child and vaccinate if the other parent objects without getting in trouble with the court. So, if they cannot agree on how that should go down, a motion has to be filed before the court, and the parties will present their evidence at an evidentiary hearing to determine why they should or should not do this, and the court will make the call. Just like the court will make the call if the parties can't agree on should we send our kids to private school or should we use the public school system? Or should we send them to this private school or that private school? If they can't agree, the court will make the call. But understand one thing. The guy in the black robe there is not really the best person to decide medical future of your children. That's for the parents to decide. What would you do in that situation if you were still married, enjoying wedded bliss? How would you work that out? I don't know how you would work it out, but I do know you'd find a way to work it out. So now that you're divorced, you're not spouses anymore, but you're still parents. You still have the same relationship, ostensibly, to the child, and you still should care about what's in the best interest of the child. If you're honest with yourself and you can realize that if you were married, you'd probably just say, all right, take the vaccine. If that's how it is, then maybe you should consider whether or not you should take the same approach here. On the flip side, if you would respect the anti-vaxxer position if you guys were still together, maybe that's a position that you should consider. Because you go before the judge is going to make the call. And along with that, he's going to give you the whole shame on you for not being real parents and making the tough calls yourself. And that's probably what you're going to have, and you don't want that. So my advice is try to work it out. But if you cannot, the law is very clear. You go to the judge to resolve any issues that have to do with legal custody and you can't figure it out. Now, if you happen to be the dad or mom and you have not only physical custody 100%, but you have 100% legal also, and you don't share those, then you don't need the other side to make that decision. If you decide vaccine and you have legal and physical custody, that kid gets vaccinated. And if you decide no vaccine because, again, you have full legal and physical, then there's no vaccine. And that's how it goes. If you have any questions about that, reach out. And, of course, we'll be glad to help you out.